My name is Mary Catherine Bercaw Edwards. I'm Associate Professor of English, and I'm also Maritime Studies faculty on the Avery Point campus. My father's a sea captain, and when I was 16, my sister was 15, and my brother was 10, we sailed around the world with our family. We spent 3.5 years at sea. When I first started college, I thought I would study Henry James. But my major professor looked at me and said, with your sailing background, you should study Herman Mellville. And I've never looked back, but I can't imagine at this point in my life being anything but a Melville scholar. I passionately love Moby Dick, and I passionately love Herman Melville's works. So, during the school years, I serve as a professor at the University of Connecticut. But during the summers, I work at Mystic Seaport Museum. It's a wonderful relationship between the Avery Point campus and Mystic Seaport, which are only about 15 minutes apart. Mystic Seaport is a museum, a living history museum. It has many ships, 400 vessels. It's a large research institution. It's got a village so that people can walk around and get a sense of what life was like in the 19th century. In the summers, the job I have at Mystic Seaport is as a demonstration squad foreman. So today we climbed up a loft on the Joseph Conrad. She was a training ship built in 1882, and we took the sail, it's called the foretopsail, and dropped it down. We also worked the capstan on board the Joseph Conrad. The capstan is a winch that's used to lift the anchor, and to make it easier, to make us all work together at the same time, they used a work song called a shanty.
Hey, hey, away we'll go, donkey riding, donkey riding. Hey, ho, and away we'll go, riding on a donkey.
We rowed the whaleboat. The whaleboat is the small boat that was actually used to catch the whales, because the whales were very fast, so you needed a fast, maneuverable boat. And the great thing about those boats is they will also stop within their own length, so you can rush in on the whale and then stop the boat within its own length in order to throw the harpoon. The University of Connecticut has the only 4-year maritime studies program in the United States. I think we're very lucky that to live in this area, and for me especially to be a Herman Mellville scholar here, because there's only one wooden whale ship left in the whole world. It's the Charles W. Morgan. She was built in 1841, and she was actually built in the same town and only 6 months after Melville's own whale ship, the Acushnet. So when you walk the decks of the Morgan, when you work aloft in the sails, when you row the whaleboat, you get a sense of the life that Melville was actually living. I always feel that he understood whaling not only intellectually, not only aesthetically, but also kinesthetically. And so I feel that as a Melville scholar, it's very lucky for me, because I get to have a kinesthetic sense of what it was like to be a whaleman like Melville, and it gives me a different understanding of Melville's work. So I feel really blessed that I have 2 roles. One is to be a professor on the Avery Point campus, and then the other one is to be able to actually do the work as it was done in the 19th century.
Yes! Heaving! Heave and pull! Unship your bars.